Welcome to another update right here on the Bravo Foxtrot 1 channel. It's been an amazing time so far with the little Jimny, and it's grown on me. It's become my favorite car in the garage, and I just love it. And if you're in the same position as me, you want to make sure you enjoy it to the fullest. So there's some key areas we identified that need a bit of protection in order to ensure you get the most out of your Jimny. In starting out, what we did was we lifted the car up and we had a notepad and a pen, and we took note of the areas that are weak points and we wrote them down. So the first thing we noticed is these radial arm hinges, if I can call them that, hang quite low to the ground, and they're welded to the chassis as opposed to being bolted on. So if you had to damage them, it's not a quick fix. Our solution was to find some decent Radial Cup Protectors. And sure enough, after we fitted all the protection, it was one of the first points that actually hit the ground when we were testing. Now the next thing we noted were the front and the rear diffs. They hang quite low, and it's easy for them to get caught up on a rock. If they had to get damaged out there, it would be a difficult fix. The last point we noted that if damaged out there could get you stranded is the transfer case, and it also hangs quite low. I was quite impressed with the quality and the design of these products, and so are the guys doing the fitting. They look quite stylish, and at the same time they're quite strong. And in this kind of vehicle, with the current setup on its suspension, they don't decrease the ground clearance too much, which is a massive win. With regards to the fitment of the protection of the front and the rear diffs, what we did was we placed it on and we never tightened it yet. We placed it on to see that it's sitting nicely and it's not pinching or damaging any wires. And once we were confident that it was sitting nicely, then we began to tighten it down to the torque settings that were recommended by the manufacturer. So once we were done with the rear, we moved on to the transfer case. And now the transfer case is a bit tricky because you'll need something to support it while you install the protection. It involves replacing the two arms and replacing them with the two arms that are supplied. So what we did was we put something in the center to support it, and we replaced one arm at a time. Now there's certain rubber bushes that you'll need to get from the original holder arms and place them on the new arms that are supplied. There's also some wiring on the one side, so you need to be very careful even as you do it. Here's a quick comparison between the OEM arm and the arm that was supplied by Desol. These new arms hold the transfer case, and there's also certain holders that go on them that hold the actual plate that protects the transfer case. Now the front, just like the back, was fairly easy to install. Only catch with this one is there's some pipes that pass there and a cable. So as you're installing it, you just need to make sure that you do it well. When it comes to the Radial Cup Protectors, it's fairly easy, provided you've got the right equipment. All you do is take off that bolt, and there's a bolt supplied in the pack, and it replaces the original bolt that was there. There's some spacers that go on the inner side of the protectors and basically sit in that groove that you see, and they keep the protector from being compressed too much when you tighten it. So you'll see those spacers going in right now. And then after that, the bolt is positioned, everything is lined up, and then it's tightened. Okay, so we took it for a decent test, and of all the parts that touched down, you could see that it's the radials. So those radial protectors work very well, touch down quite well in the ruts. Never took it on a extreme test, but it's a test where most of the 4x4s in our neighborhood go after they mod things. Next step, at some stage we'll take this on the motorbike track, most probably when we fit the new suspension on, but quite good. As you can see, got some twigs or weeds stuck in there. Did a bit of lawn mowing, but it protected the radial very well.